It's your boy JD NoChill.
And it's your girl Chelcye.
And it's a NoChill session. I got my guy Big Duke in the building, man.
Yeah, what up?
You know what I'm saying? Manager, music producer, man. You know what I'm saying? Actor. You know what I'm saying? Midwest man, entertainer. He does it all, man. Woke too, man. Vegan/vegetarian, which is still hard to believe. You know
Come through vegan?
You know what I'm saying? I had meeting with.
You didn't bring me no kale chips?
6 years. You eat kale chips?
I do.
I like them sometimes.
Yeah.
They be, you know.
Depends on where you get them from.
Yeah, you know they gotta have some seasoning. They can't
yes.
They can't be pasty.
No.
Pasty mean they don't have no flavor.
Well, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Nah, man. What I'm gonna say? Where you originally from, my guy? Tell the people.
Originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Grew up on St. Clair. Between like 93rd, 120th, lived on Lakeshore for a little bit, but you know the trap, man.
I got you. How did you get into the music scene or the entertainment scene? Period. If you're from there, you know what I mean. So
for me, my music journey started when I was probably like maybe about 17, 18 years old. I had a good friend, my boy Chip. His name is Chip the Ripper. He's a rapper, and he was like starting out, so I would be with him, kind of like finding beats off. It wasn't even YouTube or nothing yet. That's crazy. I was about to say YouTube. I'm like, damn, we wouldn't know. Yeah, we just be.
Don't show your age now.
Yeah, man.
It's on MySpace.
I'm talking about, man, before MySpace, Black Planet.
Shit. Yeah,
Gente, you know, we was on the Spanish Black Planet.
I don't even. My guy Duke ain't even that old. He been around doing stuff.
You know, 34 season. You know, like collard greens in the South. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you picking them yourself? Were you picking them yourself with your grandma?
Oh man, you said was I picking them?
Yeah, my grandma made me go ahead.
Pick the greens.
Yeah.
She wanted to remind you of them times.
Yeah. No, she made sure you gonna help.
I never had to pick the greens.
No. She made sure you gonna help.
Yeah. We didn't pick. I used to pick the peas, all of that. Only thing I wasn't touching no chillings.
No. I ain't nothing. You smell like
ass.
ass.
It's a chill and free zone in here.
Like
we not doing that.
We good on that.
But I mean, starting out with Chip, that was like me start my musical journey, and then I was kind of like the friend that like promoted the friends' music, and I was putting their music on MySpace and all that. So that's like what started me. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was a promoter, a manager, a producer. I didn't know nothing. You know what I mean?
But
I didn't understand the title.
I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what it's about. It's like you got people who like believe in you, and then you got people who take action in your beliefs. You know what I mean? As a friend, so it's like. Oh, y'all do this? All right, well, let me connect this dot. Like, I've always been that kind of person. You know what I mean? Like, you rap? Oh, you sing? All right, well, y'all need to be in the studio together. Right. That's me. You know what I mean? So I've always, like, understood, like, I guess networking, you know what I'm saying? And then that led to, like, everything else, So
I want to let people know, starting off, my guy Duke said, I ain't finna hold nothing. I'm going to go ahead and share any of my blessings or any of my contacts off the jump.
That's how I go though.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like
you
that.
can't receive blessings with a closed hand.
But it's you feel me?
Yeah, seriously. Some people they get
like
blessed and then close it up.
They like, I don't want to share this. No.
Hey, but listen,
how you gonna get another one?
What she's saying is law. That's for money too.
Yeah.
Like so. When you trying to inch and save money and you clenching every dollar, you literally like life just keep doing this.
Yeah.
But when you let it fly though, it start pouring back in so crazy. You know what I mean? I understood that. I understand that if you include everybody else in your dreams, now your dreams is big enough. You know what I'm saying? So before, if they just about you, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how I look at it, bro.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man.
So tell me. You've had the opportunity to work with some really dope artists.
Yeah.
Name that person that was just really down to earth, cool, and a great vibe for you as a lover of music?
I guess it's funny because as of lately, like the last couple of years, I've been working real closely with the game. Mm-hmm. And, I guess like the mainstream image is like this super gangster, like, man, I don't know if I fuck with him type person.
Right.
And just from like being around, it's like the total opposite, right? Just from the genuineness, right? And probably one of the first people I can say I met in the industry that doesn't care about the industry, like, oh yeah, I'm famous, I'm this.
Yeah.
It's just like regular, nigga shit. We have regular conversations about relationships and women and views. It's like when you get like around people and you know them on a personal level, you look at them totally different. You know what I mean? It's like somebody might see me and they might be like, man, I don't know, that big nigga beard. He might be, and then they talk to me and they be like, damn, he enlightened. He gave me some game. Damn, everything he about is love. You know what I mean? So I would say like he's probably that person where I've spent a lot of time around and I'm like, damn, I admire how you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing go with one of my good friends, Stat Quo, which is he's a rapper and turned entrepreneur. Good dude, good genuine person and real, man. He's not like the solid. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Solid dude, right?
If you don't know him, he ignorant.
Oh yeah, if you don't know him, he ignorant and he'll get under your skin, but you appreciate that in this because it's like a big brother thing, and we need that because it's so many men in this industry that you meet and you get around them, you like, damn, he bow down just like everybody else. Where the leaders at? Where the, you know what I'm saying? Like I look for people who are their energy is vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they not gonna take no shit. I want to be surrounded by that. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at that as strength. Because I look at that as if I feel like I'm about to be on some bullshit, that person gonna be like, nigga, that ain't what we do. Right. You know what I'm saying? We wolves around here. So I say like them two probably some of the most I would say like genuine people I met within this stuff. Now outside of it, I know a lot of genuine people, but I'm just saying within the industry, entertainment, like music and stuff. So and they're successful. You know what I mean? So
and that not changing who they are and how they work with others. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And one thing I want to go ahead and put on, if we don't touch, I just want to make sure I touch it now. Is that when I first met Duke, man, as successful he was already becoming, and still is growing and becoming. Dude is humble as a motherfucker, bro. Oh man, dude done worked with almost everybody underneath the sun. If you name a list, he'd probably done work with him low key. And so it's just like for him to still be like true to his roots. And again, and authentic, which is, I consider to be honorable and respectable, because you could have came out the Midwest and came out here and said, "No, I'm Hollywood now, nigga." Yeah,
but I feel like I always been like a down to earth kind of person, naturally, and I feel like the underdog. I'm the person that if you the quiet person in the room, I'm gonna give you the most energy because I want you to be like, "Yo, I'm lit too." I might not be loud like him, but I got something to say, and I want to bring that out, and I want to bring that out of people around me. So I could never like act like I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like I say this to people all the time, I say, man, we ain't on levels, we all standing on the ground. So it's like, if you put somebody higher than you, it's like, nigga, you standing, you might be a couple inches taller than me or even shorter, but we on the same earth. We do the same shit. You gotta shit, you gotta wake up, you gotta cry, you gonna lose somebody, you might get sick, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I never could see like me being around certain people change the group from the group of people that I came around. I'm the same nigga that at times didn't wash my ass, probably stank, bought chips from the motherfucking stove. Nigga hoop played 33-21, you know what I'm saying? Ate some shit I shouldn't have been eating. And you know what I'm saying? Knocked niggas out, been shot. I done been through all of that stuff. But so for me to have that and been through that and understand that, no matter where I could be, nothing realer than that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing realer than like what you went through and who you are. No matter what you went through, no matter if you didn't go through none of the shit I went through, that's just your reality and that's okay. It's like, I feel like it's so great to be you, but people overlook that. You know what I mean? They be like, I want to be something else.
Do you believe that, or do you feel that being from Cleveland also gives you this grounded? Because I feel like because I'm from the South, it gives me a certain groundedness and like I don't take for granted people and relationships and things like that. So why would I need to switch up, like you said, just because I'm here and working in this field? Do you feel like being from Cleveland also is one of the reasons why?
Well, Cleveland is a big part, right? But it's also some people get success all-timers. You know what I mean? So they get successful and they forgot what it's like not to be successful. It's like when people have them conversations and they be like, if you ain't getting money out here, you ain't doing nothing. And I'm like, well, damn, if I would have heard that with $3 in my pocket, I would have wanted to fight you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So from hindsight, yeah, I can agree with that. But the path on the way to that, I might agree, not agree, because life go like this. It's like a lifeline. That's why they call it a lifeline, because it's ups and downs, it's mountains. So it's easy for us to speak from the mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what up here, everything. But it's like when you looking at the bottom, looking up top, you like, man, how you even get up there? You know what I mean? So this is a journey, man.
So do you got people back home? What you even just said, like saying if you didn't get it from the mud right here, then it don't count. So because they saying you had to come out here and get it.
No, I don't think people feel like that at all. I think I'm more to like, man, that's Duke. Man, I can't believe. Man, that's amazing. Damn, Duke used to be 400 pounds, not Duke in shape. You know what I mean? It's more the. I feel like I represent like the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh man, I went to school with him. Man, we used to walk to the store. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, we used to be at the pool.
It's
together.
Relatable. It lets you know you can do it too.
So I feel like if you keep that, you kind of you be fine. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of show people that you can be that and go somewhere and be fine and being you. No matter where you go, it could work out. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. Yeah.
Why do you think people are scared to be themselves?
Because you taught not to be, right? You taught like from your birth, like, all right, perfect example. When you first like wake up, like when I mean wake up, like as you realize who you are, right? As a kid, right? You already got a name, somebody gave that to you. You already got a way you eat, somebody gave that to you. You got a way you pray in your religion, somebody gave that to you. So you spend your whole,
I told you know what I'm saying? Brother.
So you spend your whole life trying to figure out who you is from a perspective of somebody else. So in your eyes, you always trying to make other people happy. You right? And then you get to like this point where you go so low in your life, right? And it either change you for the bad or the good, but you really just trying to find yourself. And then when you find yourself, you get this overzealous confidence, right? And it could come off as arrogance. And then some of it might be arrogance because you might just be like, yo, I got to keep pumping my shit up. Right. Because I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Or you just kind of groove and you be like, okay, cool, I'm going to help other people try to find this truth as well. So that's always been like my approach. So when it's like you had days where you might be going through something. We have a real ass talk and you'd be like, yo, I needed that. Yeah. But I might have needed to say that to you for me to hear it. Because some stuff flow through you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when it flow through you, it might not hit you. You know what I'm saying? But when it hits somebody else, bam, it bounces back at you. Because everything we doing is energy. We talking through this microphone, going through this cable, going through this is all energy. It's all electric. You understand what I'm saying? So everything transfers no matter how. And that could be positive or a negative, but they both gotta exist because it's really duality. You know what I'm saying? Like a battery. That motherfucker got a negative end and a positive end, and without them, nothing works. You know what I mean? So that's, you know what I mean? That's just my perspective, bro.
No, man. Again, my guy Duke is right again, hitting on those key points. As again, he's still working in his space. He's still creating in his space. He's still giving out blessings, and you know what I'm saying, and still staying true to your roots, man.
That too, bro.
And again, do you think, and again, as you've seen it, you've been around, and you've done it. Do you think it's just as easy to flip a 180 as a personality or whatever, being in this industry? Do you think it's such a beast that it can turn or flip you if you have not, went through the actual process to get that armor and be tough? Like a diamond?
I think we all got insecurities, right? And they kind of like wounds, right? And if the right things touch them, they get infected, and then that infection spread, and if you don't stop it, it overtakes you. So what I think that is it can be an infection, which can turn to a sickness, which can be life threatening, right? You know what I'm saying, or detrimental to your career or your being. So my thing is, I release all sicknesses and diseases and bad energies and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Even though I might ingest some things that might give me that, whether it's like from me seeing certain people doing stuff and me feeling like I ain't doing enough, because that's what social media do. It's such a highlight reel. It makes you feel crazy. Whoa. You be in bed at 2:00 in the morning. You on there looking at people. It might have been a year ago they was doing this, but it just look like it's happening right now. And it make you feel like, man, what am I doing? You see a vacation, man, I need to be on vacation. Man, why ain't in? You know what I'm saying? I realized one day I was sitting up and I was going through Instagram and I was like, man, why everybody on the same vacation at the same places? And I was like, because that same feeling hit all of them. And some people could do it and some people couldn't, right? So my choices I'm learning not to like base like how I feel off of them things, but still be able. And it's hard because that's what it's for.
You're human. You're human at the end of the day.
Well, and at the end of the day, the they or whoever created whatever it is, they know they got our ass. They're like, oh, I got you. This release endorphins because it relates so much to like the coolness of being a human. It's like when people, they be like, oh man, you big time on social media. Yeah. And it's like, I really think about it because I'm like, yeah, it's called likes, right? So everybody want to be liked, right? So the more you get, the more you feel like you like, but it doesn't.
It's not.
It just means people like the thing that happened. You know what I'm saying?
And again, if you don't repost that thing that happened, you probably no longer get them likes. You no longer get the affirmation.
Exactly. So it's like one big brain connected to each other, and sometimes that's why we got to detach from them saying, you know what I'm saying, them things. So yeah, man, I feel like to go back to, you know what I'm saying, where you originally said, can you be flipped or be can you
change? Will you change?
And like I said, I call it a disease. You know what I'm saying? Or I call it a dis-ease, right? Because you're not easing yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. But yeah, I mean, it's possible, bro. It's possible, and it might be for the better, or it might be for worse. Yeah, and I call them. I don't even say stuff really bad. I just say they either get lessons or blessings. So some stuff feel like a blessing, and then if you look at it long enough, the bad thing is just really a lesson. It's like, oh, don't do that. Don't touch fire no more. Don't step down them stairs. Or pay attention or whatever it was.
Because sometimes you got to go through the stuff in order to understand what you actually do.
You always got to go through stuff.
Yeah, because that's where the lesson is, or the blessing.
You always.
It could be both.
For us. Like us, everything gotta be life threatening. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many things that you can relate that to, whether people believe them or not, right? Because I got my own views on everything in history, and you know this. We had these conversations, but even you go back to something as like bad as slavery, right? It literally had to get to a point where somebody was like, all right, we never getting out of here, right? All right, well, cool, I'm gonna do something, right? And so that's how our people mentality about everything. It's like before motherfuckers get healthy, they be like, man, I almost had a heart attack last night. Man, my head was hurting so bad I went to emergency. Now I'm gonna start being,
bruh.
It's gotta be that way.
And
it's gotta be detrimental.
And for me, like even my fitness journey is a funny story because I started it because I was so broke and I couldn't figure out how to make money or like be successful at music, right? So I was like, well, what can I be right now? You understand what I'm saying? And it started being myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on me. I'm gonna chisel away at me. And I focused in on me so much that everything around me started changing. So that's something I understood. You know what I'm saying? Because then the people start looking at you different. They start treating you different. Mm-hmm. Like when I walk in rooms, it's like The Rock or some shit walk in, where before it's like, oh, just fat nigga from the hood. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
But I want people to understand is that you working on yourself or elevating yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's a major move. You can't just say you doing it and not do it because people can feel the fake all day.
Well, they can see it.
They can see it. They can feel it.
But I like what you said. It's like what prompts women and men to do any type of fitness journey or anything on their body. I got a trip coming up. I want to look good. I want to impress somebody. I want to this. This man said he was broke. When you broke, thinking about working on yourself is normally the last place we go. So that is key to me right there. I'm going to go in. And work on the out and let that manifest. And as a person too, I used to be 240 pounds.
Oh wow!
So I get that journey of 240, heavy, thick out here, bell pepper. All that. It was bad.
She said bell pepper.
Bell pepper. You know what I'm saying? It was tough, but that's when I learned
hilarious.
Like that's what made me really hit home as well. When you said everything is given to you when you got here already. How you eat, your name, what you do. I thought by going from a 3-piece Popeyes to a 2-piece Popeyes, I was doing good. Because that's what I was raised on. I have no, you can't keep putting that stuff in your body. I'm not completely dedicated to the vegan life, but I like vegan food. Just opening ourselves up to these options, doing that inner work. That's what's gonna manifest these blessings on the outside. That's what that's the energy I'm getting now. Is because I did it in here. Mm-hmm. Spirit life has taken care of everything on the outside.
The spirit is
it's everything.
I said this the other day. When you pass, right, everything stay here, but what?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that matter. that means everything here is just supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? So now if you always working on your spirit and uplifting other spirits, like I said this to somebody the other day, I said, because they were talking about, I hate when people say they're spiritual, and I say, well, we're spirits. So that's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is from man, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with the things that came from man, whether it's books, and it's the form of the control or the intent behind those things, right? Because a lot of things we know, they're meant to control us, you know what I'm saying? We of nature, bro. We just supposed to be free, you know what I mean? We the only thing on this earth that pay to be here. You know what I mean? The only thing in nature that pay. You know what I mean? So think about that. Everything else just here. It's just live. You know what I mean? So even that whole little construct show you everybody here is in jail. You know what I'm saying? And that mentality. Because we all caught up on that. And then we think we doing something, whether we got more of nothing than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But nothing else in nature does that.
California is the high price jail.
Yeah.
When in the South you can get a low price.
You understand what I'm saying?
You get so much back home.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
still, but people feel like you're doing more when if we apply that.
Oh, I see what you're
because
saying.
I'm
Even just because
here.
I'm out here.
Exactly.
Ooh.
But I'm still paying.
We still on the same thing.
I'm still on the
and
same
it just
thing.
and it really just causes more of a disconnect, right? Because then we looking up from the mountaintop down. I'm on the mountaintop.
But I ain't even on the
But
mountaintop
I ain't
yet.
even on it. That's the reason I'm not even on it.
We ain't even up there yet.
You know what I mean?
Goddamn it. So
And we'll rate who we around, how we. And this to segue into my conversation about relationships, right? People was breaking down their relationships, and I was like, man, it's crazy. Now to get in a relationship, it's a resume, right? Before you just like somebody, and then everything else was about the spiritual, and then y'all figure that out. Right. You know what I'm saying? But now you got all these bruised people that haven't healed, and then they asking for this. And I always say this. I said, you can pray, you can do all the praying you want, but you still only gonna have one man. That's gonna be God, unless you figure out who you're supposed to be as a person and who you grow as a person, and then you'll attract them things. But you also got to be okay. You know what I mean? Like when me and my lady got together, I was sleeping on the couch, so she accepted a nigga that didn't have nothing. Right? And now she has everything because of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because she was okay with being like, all right, well, you might not have nothing, but you figuring it out. And she didn't even say that. She was just like, yo, I like you. You a sweetheart. You a good dude. That's it. That's all I had to offer.
Yes. Women do this. There's this misconception, because I feel like that's a part of being.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all women, but women are in tune. A woman will stand behind a man that she really likes and believes in him, potential that maybe only she sees and nobody else. And it's a gamble, because it's like he can say like you know what, I got this good woman, not only for myself but for her too. I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the things that I need to do to better myself, to go to that next place, right? Or because we just seen this too, you can still do all those things, and then he be like, okay, I'm done with you. I'm gonna move on to something better.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
I think it depends on what people consider better, right?
Right.
Because when I start understanding, all right, perfect, and this is I guess it's a weird way to say it, but before, okay, when I was Big Duke, right, 375, right, when I met women, I knew they had to actually like me, right? And some women like bigger dudes, and I'm not saying I was I still was a handsome guy, right. So some women like that, but then they would just actually have to like me, or I'd be a niche, right? So then you get in shape and you everybody's type, right? Because you got muscles or whatever, and so it started making me understand that really nobody's different or better. It's just all on what you like and what you don't like, right? And for me, it's always been the personality for me. I don't have a type. You know what I'm saying? If I get around a woman and she make me laugh and I'm laughing all the time, I'll fall in love with that way faster than being like, damn, she bad. Because the damn she bad might not have a personality. It might not have a little jokes. It might not have a little like, man, did you see that lady wig? Or
the
did
grass,
you know what I'm saying?
On the other side.
Yeah. So I've always needed the substance, right? And not even that was better, because then some people may have grown into that. You know what I'm saying? I have ex-girlfriends where they've messaged me or something, or I've went, I'm like, okay, she figured that out. You know what I'm saying? She figured the little things that she might have felt like she was missing or didn't appreciate about me, she figured that out. But I just say all this to say, like, please, man, please, I beg people, like, stop treating relationships like it's a job or like it's a required. Like, I know everything in your life else like required, like paperwork and credit score and all that stuff, but like when it come to love, man, and y'all want this, like when y'all say soul mate, it has to be 100% spiritual for souls to gather. Souls have nothing to do with what's going on in the matrix, in this program. You know what I'm saying? We just here. This part of our experience on this roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I look at it. You know what I mean?
That's
all this
beautiful.
shit is like virtual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, but it's gone. We don't know where we go next or how we kicking it or who you gonna be with.
We
you know
don't know.
what I mean?
We don't know
Yeah,
nothing.
Really
nobody
don't.
knows. You know?
So when you're not producing or growing intellectually or having a dope vegan meal, what powers you? What feeds you to keep going, to keep
drive,
creating?
man?
What's the drive?
What's like my drive? You know, I'm like one of the people that's like very hard on themselves mentally, right? Because now I know I'm a leader, right? But I've always been leading. So I guess just knowing that people need help, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that we all need it, knowing that I need it. So I can't expect the world to give me something I ain't giving. You know what I mean? And that's just what I look at it, because I feel like if you give it coming. And I've always been like this. Even when I feel like I didn't have nothing, I probably had everything I needed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and maybe none of the stuff I wanted. You know what I mean? So then but having life served to you like that make you appreciate. You know what I mean? So, like, nobody wanted vegetables. I love them. You know what I mean?
Listen, my mentor said something that kind of piggybacks on that. It's like somebody needs what you have.
Yes. Facts.
Period. And even if you don't see it yet in yourself, there is somebody that is dependent, waiting on you to see so that they can go to that next level. Like how you just came here with the microphone situation.
Yeah.
That was already playing. I feel like that was already in the works to happen before we got here today. I didn't know it. He didn't know it. You didn't know it. But when you got here, it came about.
But you got to let it flow, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Letting it flow, and just walking. If you walk in like your being and your greatness, you know what I'm saying, and then you'll come along and you'll come across that path. So when I see people and they talk about the experiences of life, it's like a lot of people, they always focus on like the trauma, you know what I'm saying? And they talk about the bad experience, the bad relationships. This why I don't fuck with people because this and that.
That's negativity.
And I'm like, man,
that's hurt.
you feel me?
I feel like that's hurt.
Yeah, it is. Well, you can see that, right? But that take hindsight, because you're not in it. You heal from whatever it is, so you can see that and be like, damn, they just wounded. And this and this, you know what I'm saying? So all that fuck friends, my circle smaller, and I'm like, man, that's a crazy way to live life, because you already born alone. You know what I mean?
That's the mentality that's fed up on us, though.
Of course,
is keep our circle small. Don't have no new friends. Nothing.
Of course.
Why would you call? How you gonna grow? How you gonna bless up to the next level? Why? But we ingest that heavily. And I don't understand that. And I want all new. Come over. Let's have fun. Let's eat. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's vibe. Yes. If that's your energy, though. Don't. I mean, if you don't want new friends, well, you don't have to come.
I think everybody do. I think they just ain't broke through the ice yet. They frozen. They heart froze. Whatever it is, and they haven't broke through that ice. You know what I'm saying? I like growing up, I cared more about what people thought about me than me. So I always wanted the new around, because I'm like, yo, if they like me, they fuck with me. And I fed off of that until it didn't work no more. Right? And I crashed from that, because I realized all of that didn't mean that people cared. It just mean they paid attention. Right? You know what I mean? So then you could get that emptiness, and you got to deal with, you. And you be like, damn. And then you might go through that phase, I don't fuck with nobody, or ain't nobody been there for me. And I'm like, no, you really just on a path like God or universe, whatever you want to call it, really put you on a path to figure out who you are. And now you got to face the mirror, and you don't want to face the mirror. But you stay there long enough, you got to. You know what I mean?
As we closing out, sir, I want to ask you, what is something that you will tell, not only, I would say your younger self, but what is something that you would tell people who are following in your footsteps? Because as you just said, you got a lot of people watching you, whether they may interact with you, which we know those, or say nothing or not, or comment or not, or share your stuff or not. They watching you. They want to see what's going on, how you doing, what you doing, how you get there. That's Duke from the neighborhood. Duke from, I went to high school with him. I worked at the whatever you worked that job with him. What do you tell people that's following you? How would you tell people to level up or to break that ice? I guess you can say
love and light. Them two things, man. You carry them two things in your soul and your spirit, you be fine, man. Everything else is a figment of your imagination. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that, I guess?
Well, I say that because you manifest your reality. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that comes from whatever you imagine life to be. So I look at life as love and light and filled with that. You know what I mean? And I walk around and carry that. And if you're doing something and you want to make it, man, all you got to do is just love yourself and put that same energy and passion in what you're doing, and it's going to work out. It's no formula. Like the recipe to being great is, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is for you, you know what I mean, whatever the ingredients that it is in your life, and you kind of find them things along the way. And I don't, you know, whether somebody feel like I'm here or there, like I still don't feel like I'm at a percentage of where I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have nothing to do with wars or no stuff like that. I'm just saying on a spiritual level, on a conscious level, you know what I'm saying? Just being like a leader, you know what I mean? So, and whatever that might be, I'm still figuring that out myself, you know what I mean?
Which is a humble brag right there.
Nah, man. We all great, man. All of us, bro. We all here for a reason. We all pieces to a puzzle, man. You know what I mean? Like what you said about us needing things from each other. I was like, because we puzzles. You know what I'm saying? We're puzzle pieces, and once we all link up and lock in, and it make a great picture. You know what I'm saying? So if we did more of that unity, spiritual unity, instead of divide and conquer, we'd be great, man. So.
Hey man, I got Big Duke, man. He over here dropping knowledge, man. Make sure y'all tap in.
That's love. That's
love. Social media link will be below. What I was gonna say, this right here, I want to let y'all know. Make sure y'all again tap into my guy, because he definitely got some knowledge. Again, it's a few humble folks out here, a few real folks out here. He's staying true to him, even as he climbing up that mountain still, because you higher than most, but you still trying to get to a certain pinnacles that you haven't even reached yet. So again, man, blessings bro, on that journey, man, and prayers that you can continue to help people and give back as you've been doing, man, because that again takes a lot to do that, man. But it's been your boy JD,
and it's your girl Chelcye, and
it's been a NoChill session again. Make sure y'all check out my guy Big Duke, man.
Love.
Don't mind if I Duke, right?
Yep. Don't mind if I Duke.
And again, before we go, where can we find your vegan stuff at? Because my guy, we didn't talk about it. We'll talk about it for a later interview. But my guy has his own vegan stuff.
Yeah, Dookie Pies.
Dookie Pies. There you go.
Because we the shit. No, just
yes, that's a great slogan.
But we right now we're in Follow Your Heart. So Follow Your Heart is like we're in their flagship store. So Follow Your Heart is like the popular plant-based cheese brand or popular plant-based products. They're like the most popular thing in the country. They're everywhere. They ship everywhere. But they have a flagship store here in Canoga Park. So they carry my products. So that was a great blessing, and something just like I foresaw for my stuff. So if y'all ever want to check out some Dookie Pies, go in there. We about to go global with the shipping and all of that stuff. And then I'm actually working on a cookbook right now. I'm gonna start. It's called Vegan for the Low. And I got a couple of different little things I'm gonna flip, but I'm gonna be the cool vegan. And shout out to actually Tabitha Brown. I love her.
Yeah,
turn up Tabitha.
And you know what's funny? You know she go to the gym where we met. She beat her every day.
She was at that gym.
That's her.
I met her, and I met her.
This is Donna.
So
shout out to Donna as well.
Oh my God. it's such a small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Tabitha. She's like, I love like what she's doing and with her social media and all that stuff. And that's me, about just smiling and being yourself and showing people it's okay to be human, and she not really worried about the worldly stuff. It's let me build your spirit. Let me feed your soul, baby. That's who she is. So I model myself as the young, you know what I'm saying, male version of that. So yeah, definitely.
All right, well, we about this bad boy. We'll catch y'all later.
Yeah, love and light. Peace. It's your boy Big Duke, and it's a No Chill session.